flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Here. Moore.
Here.
Kearns.
Here.
Myers.
Here.
Here.
Next is to approve the agenda as presented and to add on to the agenda to set up a safety committee, which once the committee has met for a year, it could give us a reduction in workman's comp. So that'll be added to the agenda.
What kind of committee was that? I can't hear you.
We're going to add to the agenda a policy, well, not a policy, to set up a committee to review our workman's comp on a monthly basis. Once we've had that done for a year, then we can get a reduction on our workman's comp. And that'll be added under new business. I need a motion.
Make that motion.
I second it.
Roll call.
Moore.
Yes.
Yes.
Kearns.
Yes.
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 Next is correspondence, and I believe the only thing I have, in fact, it's on the, I don't have anything unless you fellows have anything for correspondence. Next will be public comment. Before we move into public comment, I'll make a comment myself as a resident and a board member that there's been a lot of controversy about the recreation board. It is not my intention in any way, shape, or form to stop the events that we've been having for the kids. I'm looking for a committee of volunteers and someone to be the coordinator to deal between the township and that group of people. Some of my reasons for wanting to eliminate the rec board under the bylaws and their the ordinance. We're supposed to have a budget every November. We've never had one. There is supposed to be an audit of all spending. We've never had one. We're supposed to be making an effort to promote our parks. We only seem to be focusing on these events. Supposed to be making recommendations for improvements to the parks. And last of all, they're supposed to be applying for grants for these parks, all of which we've been doing as supervisors. So we see no need for the rec board. I do see a need for a volunteer committee to handle these events for the public. With that, we'll move into public comments. And on that, we will have the public come up to the podium and speak, and we will maintain order throughout.
I'll make a public comment.
Up here.
You guys ready? My name's Jared Ritnar, 69 Junction A, Somerset Township resident, Somerset Township taxpayer. I am strongly opposed to the dissolving of the Recreation Board. Right now, the board is all non-paid, all volunteer board who donate their time and effort in service to the community. The Recreation Board provides important opportunities for Somerset Township residents to come together as a community. I ask you supervisors, has a complaint ever been filed in the history of the Rec Board? Can you provide an example of what and how it was handled? Have you ever had an executive session with either of the current Rec Board members to discuss any problems or complaints you have had with the current board? Take that as a no. Now, I will tell you what I've witnessed. I've witnessed many successful community events held here. I've watched Kathy give a small report every meeting detailing past events and attendance at these events. Not once have I ever heard or seen any of you thank her or the volunteers. You guys don't even have the decency to put her report as a line item on the agenda. But still, she continues to do it. Why? Because she cares about the families in this community. She has no agenda or ulterior motives. She is here out of love, and she is willing to deal with this board's lack of respect and every additional hurdle you put in front of her. Now, I don't want to hear excuses like, this is how North Strabane does it, this is how Southeast West Strabane does it. We are an entirely different constituents with entirely different needs. Look behind you. That sign says Somerset Township. Is anybody going to look? I'll look in front of you. We are Somerset Township. We already have a park that's not safe to use because of the constant gunfire next to it. Now you don't want the community to gather at the community building? Don't take any more away from us. Help us grow and connect, just like Kathy and Mercedes have been trying to do. The rec board needs 7 members to fulfill its duties, to come up with a budget. Don't dissolve this board. Instead, appoint tonight the people recommended by the current rec board members as the ordinance requires. Paula, Scott, Bob, Stephanie, and myself. Thank you for your time.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Renee Adams, 34 Ancrum Road. I don't believe anybody said this community cannot hold an Easter egg hunt, a trunk or treat,
Excuse
or
me.
a hunt for
Excuse me.
Christmas.
Address the board.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I believe I understand the process that you have to go through. Yous have never said nobody can hold a community event at this building. And I'm sure Yins waive a fee for them to hold it. Yins have a community organization that you could get together, put on your website, ask the community to donate. It's very easy. You want to hold an Easter egg hunt? I'll buy you your first 2 bags of eggs, your first 2 bags of candy. I'm here for only one reason. I have a complaint because we didn't hold a dinner for our volunteer fire departments, our EMS, or our police who cover our area because somebody complained about their tax dollars being spent on that luncheon. I come up with a solution as easily as you could to remedy the fact that you don't have a rec board name behind your title. I'm going to give you $1,700 tonight for that luncheon. Problem solved. The dinner will happen. Who do I give it to?
Give it to Joel.
You can count it. I just want a receipt for it. It's not that hard to come up with a solution to a problem that you think or you feel that you have. This board has never said anything negative about the rec board. I appreciate everything that you have done for this community. Yins put on a beautiful event for Emily and her family. The only problem that I have with that is it's a little hypocritical when those same people sat in this audience and watched somebody come up here and use that child's name in vain to bully the supervisors without saying a word. That was uncalled for. Address that.
Anyone else?
Scott Slagle, 53 Rainy Road, 84. I have copies if you'd like it so that I'm not taken out of context here. My name is Scott Slagle. My wife and I recently submitted our applications to serve on the Township Recreation Board. Thank you for the opportunity for me to speak here this evening. When I applied, my goal was simple: to volunteer my time, my skills, my experience to support recreation programs that benefit the children and family in the community. Since submitting this application, a motion has been made to dissolve the rec board and potentially move in a different direction, which includes a structure that may involve compensation. I would respectfully ask the board to carefully consider the impact of that decision. The Recreation Board has historically been made volunteers who give their time because they care about the community. This is evident in the largely successful events in recent years. I personally volunteered with other volunteers at the recent community Christmas event, which was largely successful. If the township funds are available, many residents, including myself, would prefer to leave the Recreation Board as is. To vote new members on, allocate those funds to be directed towards activities, equipment, and opportunities for the children and families, or even, if that's not allowed, towards a modest tax relief for the residents of the township, rather than towards an additional administrative compensation. Volunteer programs represent the spirit of the community. They bring neighbors together to create opportunities for our children, and that is something worth preserving. I would also like to address allegations that have been circulating regarding the recent fundraiser that members of the Recreation Board and volunteers on our own outside of the township and the absurd claims of missing money. To be clear, I want to acknowledge that these allegations were not made by the township supervisors yourselves. However, it is my understanding that this involves individuals close to a member of the board and have made or repeated these false claims. These allegations are extremely serious and deeply troubling. Detailed records of the fundraiser have been maintained and have been shared with the family. Transparency has existed throughout the entire process, and because of that, I consider these false accusations to be extremely slanderous and harmful to the good names of those who are responsible to support that family. I take my integrity very seriously, and I respectfully ask those who were responsible for making these false claims acknowledge that they were doing so without the facts and issue a public apology for the slanderous statements that have been made. My hope is that we can move forward with honesty, transparency, and a shared commitment to serve the community and supporting the children of our township. Thank you for your time. Would you like a copy of this? Anybody? I believe so.
Paul, do you have the ability to reread my public statement, my public comment that I made on February 11th? I believe my public comment was misunderstood. It is on video, exactly what I said. Julie transcribed it as I said it for the most part, and I would like that reread tonight, please.
I don't have a copy of it.
I do. May I read it? Kathy Kennedy. She spoke on the success of the spaghetti dinner held for Emily, including the numerous volunteers and donations. Kathy said the goal was to reach $20,000. That's reach $20,000. And that we far exceeded that amount. That's exactly what I said, and we donated it to the family. That's exactly what I said. And it's nobody's business but the family what we raised. There are complete records. He actually is a cybersecurity expert. Everything is time stamped, the money coming in, there's a complete record. And for accusations to be made, that was really, really not necessary, nor I just feel that there is a public apology that is needed for this. The damage is done. The seed is planted. This is bad. This is really bad that this went out like this. Our goal was 20,000. We far exceeded that. That's exactly what I said.
Anyone else?
Mr. Myers, still not sure where I got through it out of the February 11th meeting.
We're on agenda items only.
this is agenda items.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is,
No, it's not.
because
Move
on,
on to something else.
no,
You can
hold on.
address it at the end as public comments.
time out.
And
Are you going to the, what's it say, February 25th approval minutes? Is that not part of the agenda? Is that the agenda? The approval of the minutes?
go ahead, Bill.
Okay. I will, thank you. The minutes for that meeting are wrong, because what you said and what I said was incorrect. You understand? What you said that I said, that was all incorrect. So, as far as calling you guys bullies is not only true, it's my freedom of speech. You understand? That's in the Constitution.
And it's also in the state bylaw.
Emily, I'm speaking, please.
Go ahead.
Emily Zortich's tragic suicide was one of the worst events in township history. No one was visible from the township supervisors at the spaghetti dinner, or not even a moment of silence at the next meeting. Why couldn't we do that for her? Any of you guys? No comment, Paul?
Board's here. I'm not commenting.
None of you guys can comment why we didn't have a moment of silence for her? No respect, right? No respect?
I believe something should have been said, but honestly, I didn't think about it. I know the family had been through enough, you know what I mean? But that is something we should have touched on.
Correct. Thank you. I commend Dave for being the other one to speak up there. And you attacked me for pointing it out. Isn't that bullying? Huh?
Yes.
Yeah, you attacked me, right?
No, I did not.
That's what you call bullying.
It was stated before the meeting started how we were going to
Nope.
conduct the meeting.
Hold on.
And we did.
Time out. I'm not done yet, Paul. I'm not done yet. Calm down.
Just remember, before you read any more, you do not attack us personally. You can make comments to the Board of Supervisors, but not personal attacks.
That's fine. Whatever. It's fine. I mean, you guys are up there. You're holding the chair, right? You're the one that throwed me out, so you should be able to take it, correct? Okay. The spaghetti dinner, it was organized by the rec board. My wife, she helped out with also. But at the very next meeting, you guys decide to dissolve the rec board without any reasoning. Correct? Jimmy? Correct?
Paul said at the beginning, that's the reason why.
I don't understand what you said, but okay. I don't understand what he said there. Or justification, now that's what you call bullying. And for me asking about Mark plowing private property with a township truck that I saw with my own two eyes, that is my right. That is my right to know, being a taxpayer in this township, correct?
Go ahead.
No comment. Just go ahead. And I talked to the owner, and he said, you did plow them out, and then you come back several times and asked if he had the cameras. Now, if you go back, you got a guilty conscience, correct? And furthermore, I never spoke out at the meeting I got thrown out of, correct? You said at the beginning, while you were eyeballing me and Mr. Bill Pollock, the whole time that you were saying any of that. Just like you were just now. Whenever I was sitting back there, were you or were you not looking directly at me?
I was not. I'm looking at the complete. Move on, Bill.
No.
Move on.
No, I want to get to this. Because why do you...
Your time's up. That's it. Next.
They can't take off.
We have any other comments?
I would just like to say it would be very, very nice if everyone, when someone was up here speaking, if we had all eyes on the speaker. I don't know what you're doing, Mark. Taking notes? Oh, maybe you should look at the speaker. And Jimmy, you're looking all around. I mean, yes, it's raining outside.
I'm listening, taking notes.
It doesn't Julie take notes? Isn't she the
I
secretary?
take my notes.
Well, start looking at the people.
I'm
Don't be
listening to
ignorant.
you.
Kathy Hayno, 226 Hill Road. I have a question. I don't understand what you said you want to do with the rec board. Jimmy made the comment that he thought that we should hire.
I'll address that right now, about paying somebody. A month ago, there was an agenda item to purchase a diesel truck and a gas truck. I was totally against the diesel truck. The other board members voted for it, so we got a diesel truck. I'm all in favor of hiring a person to coordinate the Parks and Rec Department. What's needed. I like to add activities. We do 4. I like to add a couple more. I started the recreation board. I was on it for 4.5 years. I did all the events. Myself and Jenna Vasco started the rec board. That's what I do for a living. So I like to see somebody that's a lot of time. Kathy, I know with the time. I know of the commitment. If we add other activities, I think it'll be nice. If we would give somebody a stipend, a small stipend to do it. And the township has a direct person to go to and alleviate all the problems that we might have. I haven't presented it to the board at all. I have a job description already. And I can present it to them. If they don't agree to it, it doesn't happen. Just because I want it doesn't mean anything. I think we need to do more with our parks. We need more pavilions. Yeah, they say build a pavilion up to the park. That's great. If you don't have water and you don't have power and bathroom, who's going to rent it? Nobody. That's why I feel that we should have somebody come in. It'll be a small stipend. It doesn't have to be a lot of money that we have. I don't know if you want to say control, a better understanding that they would meet us monthly. And I did it, and it's a big time for me. And I did it for the kids, because I loved it. It was a great opportunity, a great thing. When we did our first Christmas thing, everybody came to us, the greatest thing. Then tragically, Mrs. Vasco passed on. And then Mr. Wiltrott's daughter, Courtney, came in and took over. Did a wonderful job. My wife and I helped as much as we could. I helped more than my wife because she travels. And I thought we did a great job. And Kathy came in and did a great job also. I feel at this point in time, we're moving forward in a direction that I feel that I like to offer more for our kids. More activities. Something almost every month. But it's a time commitment. And I don't want to see a person get burned out by not getting compensated. And that's my reason why. And you can yell and scream at me and make fun of me and put me on Facebook, whatever you want to do. But I'm sticking to it. I want to do it. If the other board members don't want to do it, then I lose. 3-2. 4-1. I'm going to present it to them. If they don't like it, then it doesn't happen. So sorry for interrupting. I
That's
just wanted
okay.
to clear it up so everybody knows where I stand.
So you are still wanting an outsider to come into
Well,
our
it could be somebody
community?
right here. I have nothing against Kathy. If she wanted to do it, do it. We give her a stipend. I mean, anybody. I don't have a problem. I just think we're getting to a point where it should be to give them the stipend to do something. And I'd like to add something. The fishing tournament kind of went by the wayside. Kids love it. I'd like to bring that up. But that's a monetary thing too. We did it with range, and to be honest, we did it with range, and the board at that time thought it was, how to explain it, politically correct, over the top. It wasn't for our kids as much as for them. So that's when we reined it in. And myself and Joe Cole gave $250 each for the trout that year to have. And there's been some change in ownership or some issues with the lakes. So that's why we haven't had it the last couple of years. But I enjoyed every moment of it. The kids, you see the kids come up and doing everything. It was awesome.
Where did you
And
hold it?
my opinion is we're not here just to fix roads. It's a total well-being of Somerset Township residents. That's why I went out, and you can say what you want about North Strabane, and call me North Strabane or whatever you want to do, but if it wasn't for North Strabane's fire department, we'd have nobody in 84. And me going out to get them, to have them come in, we wouldn't have them. And yes, I do work for North Strabane, so I steal ideas off of them. I think what works for them could work for us. Now they're 5 times bigger, so we're not going to be able to do it. But little things we can do to help our residents out. Thank you. Sorry.
That's okay. Where did you hold the fishing tournament?
84 lakes.
That could be done easy. Again, very
Was
easy.
there a change ownership?
A little bit.
That's why we didn't do it there.
Okay. I just want to know from you. You have a wealth of help here. These people are so smart. That's why the spaghetti dinner went off without a hitch, and it was a big undertaking. I think that you should just hire the people that have applied for the job. Kathy, Scott, and God knows Jared got a mouth, and he can handle anything. And I would be willing to help also. We can go out and get things donated. It's not like you have to pay that much. I don't think the Toons have had to pay very much for any of the things that you have gotten so far. The Easter egg hunt or the Christmas thing, did Jones have to pay very much for that?
It's not, in my opinion, the amount of money, it's how it showed back through the rec board that the township records are kept. That's why I'm saying let's do it as a volunteer and not through the rec board, because there's a whole lot of paperwork with the rec board that we as supervisors have assumed anyway.
But
So
if
I'm
you
not
got
saying
someone
to
good,
eliminate these activities. I want them to go forward. I've been involved with them.
if you wanted to go forward though, you would have to do it under the rec board. I think you would have to do it under the rec board, and
Do
you
not.
guys wouldn't have to be involved in it except to approve and disapprove.
And it's the same with the volunteers.
You're saying about how it changed. Do you think that the rec board has gone downhill? Let's say since Jenna died? Or since Courtney quit?
No.
I wasn't involved when Courtney was here, so I cannot say.
All right. Well, I would like for you to do that instead of hiring someone to come into our community who doesn't really know.
But in my opening statement, I never once mentioned hiring. I said a volunteer come forward as a coordinator.
I
And
understand that. I was
I'm after a
just
whole volunteer committee.
right. Okay, that's good because I think that would be good. And I was just trying to find out for sure since Jimmy had said that. So looks like you're going to get voted out. So, okay, thank you.
Across Lego 53 Green Road. Part of the bylaws on the rec board states that there's a head of the rec board, like a president, and then a vice president, treasurer, everything like that. It's part of the bylaws of this rec board. I've read them. They were provided to me. And Kathy was the interim, the president of the rec board. So she, technically speaking, the coordinator of the rec board from the board of supervisors should be whoever is the internally voted rec board president, with or without the stipend. However, if I was to be elected as the president of the rec board and I was getting a stipend, I would direct all those funds into the activities that the rec board would work, because I don't need it. I don't want it, and I was doing it out of the goodness of my heart because I felt my kids are all grown. My kids aren't involved. I was doing it out of the goodness of my heart, along with my wife, who she loves party planning. That's like personal gratification for her. So everything that is going on with the dissolve of the rec board. If we were involved in a communication, a conversation, what's going on? We sat down because we thought we were going to be voted on the rec board and came up with a budget to prepare in December after Christmas, or January, my bad. So we were preparing for this because we were all expecting to be put on the rec board, and then that very next meeting was the motion to dissolve. So I think, personally, if that was me, I'm lean on the side of not paying because it's volunteer. Volunteer just makes things better. When you pay somebody, I think it's demeaning the organization in a whole. Because now you have all these volunteers who are saying, I'm not getting paid. Why do they make all the decisions, right? As a board, it was a odd people win, right? On an elected of what we're doing, how we're doing it. And we all sat down in a room, we hashed it out, we did it with the spaghetti dinner. This is what everybody's ideas were, and the majority won. And it works out for the best every time. And that's how you operate. Majority wins. If you want to do something and these three don't, and you agree with him, if they don't agree, majority don't win, you don't win. So I think that we need to keep it the way it is and reevaluate things. And then whoever's the voted in president of the board of the rec board is your direct contact. Thank you.
Anyone else? Go ahead, Jared.
So basically, this is coming down to miscommunication. Miscommunication, right? You didn't communicate that night what you wanted to do, Jim.
We have to dissolve the board first. I cannot do that.
But you didn't communicate to us what you were going to do. When you put that agenda,
How can I do it without the board?
well, what you do is you make an agenda line item and we discuss it.
I cannot make it until.
You're supposed to advertise it
I
before.
can't do anything until the board dissolve if that's the way we want to go. I can't change it.
We had it on the, what I'm trying to say is we had it on that agenda that night that we were going to appoint rec board members. You guys were going to appoint rec board members and you came up with the idea that you were going to dissolve it. You should have did that speech that night.
And the other 4 members, they agreed to it. I didn't. I mean, I made a motion.
I didn't agree.
No, I just said to 3 of them voted.
You said
Now-
4. Sorry.
Okay.
That's
Don't raise
the
your
same
voice.
thing.
Don't raise your voice with me, buddy. Hey, calm down.
No, we're gonna understand. We're working through it. But
Here, like I said.
going back to communication.
I'm like this with the truck. I'm still against it. No matter, I mean, I'm not being new. No matter what you say, I've done this all my whole life. I have an understanding how these boards work and everything. In my opinion, my professional opinion, is a person that is paid, they'll be here. If we need them during the day to come in, they'll be here. If we need them after hours, whatever. I understand you're all volunteers. That's awesome. When does it get up to a point where it's too much? That I don't want to do it. Say we have these activities. Can you do all those activities? It's going to get to a point where you can't physically do it. I'm not being mean. I like you. I'm just stating my experience I've had with this. That could happen. And I don't want to see that happen. And we change all the time. We have a direct contact person, they can do it. But I'm talking to myself because I don't know what the other board members are going to say.
But this is good because we're communicating.
Right, but I don't know what the other board members are going to say. So.
Right. But I would have loved if we could have communicated, if you guys would have had an executive session with the current members of that board expressing that. You guys are allowed to do that. That should have been something it could have been brought up. Hey, this is getting a little bit bigger. Because here's the deal. Everybody keeps saying spaghetti benefit. You got to understand, we didn't do that as a rec board. We did that as friends. Please do not lump us in with what we did for that benefit. Was anything to do with the recreation board. We did that as friends. But we have to communicate. You should have, you got to understand where we're coming from. Why we're all worked up, because all of a sudden, you guys, you're done. You don't get no say in it, and then you just go one down the line and vote.
I think I told you after the meeting that
You should have had a speech that night. You should have had a speech that night.
I think as a supervisors up here, it's so important for us to listen to these people out here. They have their ideas, and by God, they've been doing it good for a long time. And, you know, I don't agree with you guys, and you're not going to agree with me, but I think it's so important just to listen to them. And then make a decision. We should never jump to anything. I mean, it's just a shame where we got right now. And I mean, these guys, my daughter did it because she wanted to do it. And I feel the same way Scott said. If you pay me $500 or whatever you're going to do, it's not fair to the other four. And them four is going to say, hey, why is he getting it and I'm not? I mean, that's a common sense issue to me. I just don't understand why you want to pay. But there's one thing I want to say that I wanted to say before and I forgot. But for whenever I was delivering stuff down to the fire hall for the family, well, I don't believe Jackie de Blasio got any recognition down there, and her and Stephanie Gray was both. I didn't feel I needed to be down there. We bought tickets and did everything. I didn't need to be there. That we fulfilled our duty, you know, for the family and everything, spending money and taking things, you know, down there. So, you know, that's the way I felt about it. So.
We couldn't have done it without Jackie or
That's what I'm saying, but I don't think, I remembered I wanted to say something earlier and I didn't.
We couldn't have done it without
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Leo Club, the fire department.
Takes everybody to work together, you know what I'm saying?
But it also takes special people
Right.
to corral them. And I tell you, honestly, we're special. I don't know.
Yeah.
And we didn't agree, but what did we do? We voted. All the stuff, we voted and we figured it out. And I'm just saying, when you lose us, you're losing something.
I say, look, no matter what we do up here as a group, I mean, it's so important to listen to the people,
Right.
no matter what we do.
But
you know, it's like,
but to come up with this thing you said in the beginning, we're gonna do more with the parks and add. I lived up there next to that park my whole life. We've never talked about water, even though it's right there. So what are you blaming it on the rec board for? If anything, I'd help you figure it out because I came up with ideas when I was campaigning on how to figure it out.
That was not a blame on the rec board. I said that was some of their responsibilities to do.
Right.
I didn't blame it on them. Yes.
Executive session, we could have met. We could have talked about it. You could have met. I couldn't meet because I wasn't part of it. I wasn't appointed. We could have met with that.
Anyone else? If not, we'll move on to the agenda.
Yeah, I just had a couple of quick items on the agenda. Bill Pollock Road. First question was the approval of the minutes. I brought up the water project, the $1.7 million water project that you filed for grants on. I still can't get a copy. There's copies in the office of what that project is so everyone can review it and understand it. And this doesn't get in the minutes. And I didn't see the minutes for the February 25-minute meeting. Were those available?
They're right there.
Okay, well, these comments are made just to get the answers. Don't want to be back here asking the same question. I've been asking this question for a year and a half. It's the biggest project we've ever undertaken. It's what, $1.7 million, $1.8 million. And there's a grant that's been filed months and months ago. We can't even get a copy of it. That needs to be done. A couple other quick items. The asphalt paving project, there's 1,300 tons of base and a top coat. It's just for asphalt. Are we planning on doing a paving project ourselves? This was in the bids you're opening tonight.
I don't believe it was there.
There was, I believe, 500 and 800 tons of asphalt fine and a coarser material.
That is for our repair projects. That is not a paving job.
Okay.
When it comes up for a paving job, that'll be a separate bid.
Okay. The mowing and trimming was in the middle of the bid. It required a 10% bid bond with it. It was buried in the middle of a long advertisement. There's no way people that do mowing and trimming are going to respond to paying a 10% bond or even see it. So I think we need to look at that, bring it out, and make sure you get a real good look at who's interested and what the pricing is on that. And there's no financials on the agenda tonight. You're not planning to provide financial information tonight?
Julie, do you have that put together?
I have what you have in your book.
It's not an agenda item. That's why I'm asking. I'll just make that point, that obviously the expenditures and the revenues since the last meeting, and then the summary to budget, of course, is part of it.
Basically, it comes back to what I've said before, is Julie and I are working on a new set of financials that hopefully we can have it finished up for next meeting, to where we can show quarterly what we expenditures have been compared to the budget.
That's it. Well, with QuickBooks, that's all in the software, and you should be able to do it monthly, which is the way we should do it. And the meeting on the middle of the month at 2:00 in the afternoon, well, it's usually about the third week, people can't come to that meeting at 2:00, people, except for retirees like ourselves. And we weren't having those. Again, for participation and knowledge of the residents, it's much better when we can have it all in one in the evening. Thank you.
Skip to number 4. Approval of
So, which one?
agenda. Number 4.
We added the item, but we didn't approve the agenda after we added
Approve the agenda.
Okay.
it. I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second it.
Hey, one
Yes.
more thing, guys. We have a petition. Can I get it presented to you guys? There was a miscommunication. We did have a petition. We did circulate a petition, and I have a copy of it. Did you want a copy of it? 150. Well, 150 to keep it, and I didn't see anybody here tonight that was opposed to it. Maybe one person.
Moore,
Yes.
Kearns,
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Woltrout,
Yes.
Foster.
Yes.
Okay, that was
Okay. Thank you, Julie. And I did miss a correspondence. We received a letter from Governor Shapiro that he has approved our emergency management coordinator for the township, which is Mr. Shukatano, and that is now approved, so he's officially the coordinator now for the township. Next item is approved minutes of February 25th. I have a motion.
Make the motion to approve the minutes from February 25th, 2026.
Seconded.
Roll call.
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Kearns,
Yes.
Woltrout.
Yes. Next is to approve the March of 2026 paid bills. I need a motion. Unpaid bills, I'm sorry. Beg your pardon? The paid bills are basically, as I stated last meeting, are your electric bills and things that cannot wait to this meeting, that they have to be, they're utility type bills. That's the unpaid.
Make the motion for the approval of the payment of March 2026 unpaid bills.
Second,
I'll second it.
roll call.
Woltrout,
Yes.
Foster,
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Kearns,
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Next is the approve a payment of March 2026 of bills to be paid.
Mr. Meyer, we go to purchase order on these bills. Paid bills.
Dave, do we have that? That's, he's asking if the purchase orders would have been applied to the bills.
Well, that would be Julie's when she takes care of all the billing for whatever Mark turns in. I never see that. I just know, they just call and tell me what they are. I don't even know the amount.
We didn't have anything to verify that what you approved is what she's writing checks for.
Well, you say, for me to approve it, I never see a financial document to say
So what
what
I'm
what it
saying
is.
is, when-
So, now, for me to see it, there's nothing printed. I don't have anything. I just have what you have here for unpaid bills, and that's That's for me to decipher what Mark and them called. Mark calls me all the time about what it is. For what he's doing, but I never know what the amount is.
Jim, is that what you?
Yeah, I just don't understand.
Well, I mean, it's pretty easy. When Mark calls me and he says, "Hey, I have to go get green paint," and so I'm like, "Okay." He tells me where he's going to go get a case of it. So that's all. I just mark it on my phone the day he calls me. I have that. That's the only ledger I have. I don't know the amount. He goes to the auto parts. I have no amount on that. Julie, whenever she went to Staples or whatever it is, I never see none of that. What that is?
So does it go to you, Mark? Does it go to Julie?
If I have to buy something with a credit card, my receipt goes in the folder and they go to Julie.
Do you call Dave and say, I need green paint? You purchase it. It ends up in the folder.
Depends if it's,
Everything goes to Julie if you want to know if it's getting paid or not.
understand that.
I never
We
see
have-
it.
We have no, when they call you, we don't have that. We have no idea what the price is.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Because he tells me he's en route to go get it. I have no idea.
Have you ever asked?
If I ever asked, he's never been there yet. So how would I, if I asked?
You can call whatever later.
Well, I guess I could do that. You want me to do that? I can do that for you, Dean.
But my only question is, have you looked to see that he's saying he's going to Galloway, that you're seeing on the slip a payment to Galloway?
I would see Galloway. Yeah, I would see it on my phone. I could match them up I could see what you're saying there. I could match them up like Visa, the supplies. I don't know if that's.
I think that's what Jim is asking
All right.
for. So if you can do that before next meeting,
All right,
give
I'll
it to
do that.
Julie.
I'll get with her and we'll break it down.
Thank
Just so
you.
we have it, so we have the
All right.
vendor, the payment.
We're
Then
trying
Mark,
to,
you'll have to call me what you have whenever you get the final. Let me know. Then I can cross-reference it.
even if we don't have that, as long as we have that, yes, you knew he
I
was
knew
going to
about
buy
it.
it.
Yeah, right.
And verify with Julie on the bill.
All right.
Okay? We have a motion on that.
make a motion for approval of payment of March 2026 paid bills.
Second,
I'll second it.
roll call.
Foster,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Goldtrout,
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Under other business, and we brought it up in the beginning, that we set up a committee for tracking our workman's comp reviews and to be able to get a reduction by complying with that. So I'm asking for a motion to set that up.
I'll make a motion to set that committee up.
Second,
Second it.
roll call.
Myers,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Foster,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Goldtrout.
Yes.
Mr. Myers, it's 5% off yearly. We do it.
That's after the first year we do this. Is that correct?
1 year, you do 5%.
Okay.
Now, do we have to, we're gonna have to do safety talks and stuff like that?
Once a month, we meet. Some will have 5 members on it. Could be, one has to be a supervisor, one has to be someone in charge of it. The others could be a resident or whatever. We meet once a month to discuss any issues and problems. It's good they take walks through the building, through your machinery, like what you need to do, what you can't do. Report back to employees, and if there's anybody hurt at the job or whatever, report. Even if they slip and fall and they say, I'm fine, Mark, just go right down. State will reimburse us 5%.
Okay, we'll move on to old business, the MS4 reporting. We did receive some correspondence from KLH on that. Gentlemen, it's up to you. I have not had a chance to totally review that.
I'll make a motion to approve it, it's all detached over every year.
Wait, Jim, this is on that MS4. Yeah.
Excuse me, what is the MS4, please?
It is a mapping system for us to map out where water lines are, where storm sewers are, and anything. It's actually wide open to us what we want that to include. It'll be kept on a computer. So if Mark gets in a road occupancy permit, he can pull it right up on the computer and see what utilities are already there. I'll make a motion that we table that until we get further review.
I'll second that.
Roll call. Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Wilcox.
Yes.
Next is on our pavilion grant that has been switched to buy playground equipment for our grant money so that we don't lose the grant money, which has to be completed by July. And I think we have a quote that come in through CoStars for a playground area with slides and stuff. It's called the Prime Time 512 Game Time Playground. And that would be installed with the exception that we would have to provide the level spot for it. And the mulch that goes around it, we would have to install it, but they're providing it. And that bid come in with CoStars right at our grant limit of $35,000.
Yes, can I make a comment on that? Was there other competition for the bid, or was this?
We went through CoStars for that, which does not require us to do that. Is a state agency that basically pre-bids for us.
Common sense says, and I'm new to this, but common sense says get 2 or 3 bids and go from there. On any kind of parking.
Yeah.
Well, the playground. What if we bought for $25,000?
We're kind of committed because of time restraints for as far as bidding it. That's why we went with CoStars, which is through a state bidding process.
Well, when's the projected date for the completion?
It must be completed before July 1st.
I mean, yeah, you're up against it there, but
I mean, we're into
shots trying to get it cheaper.
we're almost into a month of bidding time.
Yeah. But is it possible?
That's
It's
up
like run it like a small business.
that's up to the board. You know, this quote is here. That's why I presented it on the agenda.
I will say, hey, let me say, I will say, I checked personally, prices on that. That stuff is outrageous. And with that CoStars, it's like buying a fleet. You know, they get you the best price they can, and it's like they buy in bulk. So that's how they do that. You know, but I've talked to other townships, and I mean, believe me, that stuff is expensive.
It seems like every 10 years or 5 years, Charleroi ends up replacing their parks because, well, I don't know why. Every 5 years, that park gets leveled and new stuff goes up. So, is it cheaper to go cheap or is it better to go more? I don't know. This is just a suggestion.
Yeah.
My knowledge there would be the grant's there, yes, but so then why wasn't it explored earlier to see where it could have went?
When I first come on the board, that was projected to be a pavilion at Somerset Park. And because we didn't have a complete plan of how to develop that park, we asked for permission to move it to playground equipment and install it in an area in the junction field.
Yeah, because the parks are nice, but they're very underutilized. Yeah, that's just a comment.
They need to have an idea, just to see it.
I mean, Dave suggested we have some pictures up here if somebody wants to.
Hey, if you want to, we could pass them around if you want to. Just look at them. But
Well, I mean, do you think that's $35,000?
I have no idea. I mean, believe me, but what I've looked at, you can Google it. I mean, the prices are nuts. Just pass them up.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it's a little bit fancy too.
Well, yeah, I understand, believe me.
Go back to the simple stuff that we had as a kid at the
Yeah.
park, and we still use it.
Yeah.
We didn't need plastic slides and went around in circles. I mean, really.
The first thing I asked other townships about this playground stuff, they said your mind's gonna be blown by how expensive it is.
And it's all above ground. They like
Yeah,
put
well,
this-
it's why insurance in it too, also. You know what I mean? That's something you gotta look at.
Barriers, man. You gotta step up into it,
Yeah.
kids come out of it. Maybe keep things at ground level.
Yeah, well, that's our job. You know what I mean? We'll be the one putting the cushion down. You know what I mean? So
That is the plan, is that there will be an excavation deep enough to where it will be ground level. There, yeah.
everything be about safety. You know what I mean? So.
What's the board's wishes?
I mean, is that the 35,000?
Or I know, that's what they gave me.
We have a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to approve that
Oh, no.
That would be a
for that playground equipment.
We have some order. I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if there is any part of that equipment that's handicapped accessible.
Yes, there's one on the one side that's handicapped accessible.
Yes. We have a motion on the floor. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Roll call?
Myers,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Holtrout,
Yes.
Fox.
Next is the mining company notice. I believe Mr. Shucatano is still working on that. I do not have any details on it at this point. Item D, ordinance 1 of 2026 to dissolve the Somerset Township Recreation Board.
I'll make the motion to dissolve the recreation board.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Roll call?
Holtrout,
No.
Myers,
Yes.
Foxton,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Next is and Mr. Leiker gave us some copies of other townships for the AI Center Data Center draft ordinances, and I'm asking for permission to get him to draft one specifically for our township. And I will make that a motion.
I'll second that.
Roll call?
Holtrout,
Yes.
Foxton,
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Okay, next is our upfit for our Ford 600 truck that we got. We've got 3 quotes in through CoStars. There is actually 2 from Stevenson Equipment. The first one is with, and this is for the bed and the hydraulic, and the snowplow and stuff. And that is with the sorry, give me 1 second. This is with the Super City body, and that is for $61,500. The second one is with Stevenson, and it is with the J&J body, which has a lead time, make sure I tell you it's right, 14 to 16 weeks, I believe. And the last one is from Zerco. I'm sorry, I didn't. The last one with Super City, with J&J, I'm sorry, was for $62,000. Zerco is $45,753, And it is basically a generic lot bed. It's got a lot lighter specs to it. That's basically the reason why it's cheaper.
I'd like to make the motion to accept the SEI and the Super City upfit quote for $61,500.
We have a second?
I'll second it.
Roll call?
Myers,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Foster, Wilczek,
Yes.
Kearns.
Yes.
Next item is our bids. And the first item is for our asphalt. We received 3 bids for that. The apparent low bidder is Tresco at $62 and $54 on each material. The second bidder then would be Golden Eagle at $68 and $62. Third bidder is Northeast, which is $74 and $65. Northeast is down here at the bottom of the hill, very close plant. Golden Eagle's at $84. Tresco is in Scottsdale. Roscoe, Scottsdale, down along the river. And checking with our solicitor, we are able, Jim correct me, to take our most reasonable bid, which takes in consideration the mileage and the time for our men to go clear down there for material. So I'm going to suggest that taking that in consideration, that we award the bid to Golden Eagle Construction with a backup of Northeast when Golden Eagle is not, Golden Eagle be the primary, Northeast be the secondary if Golden Eagle is backed up to where our men are just going to go up there and sit for hours. We have a motion. They make that motion.
You made it, Paul? You made a motion?
Yes.
I'll second it.
Roll call.
Wilczek,
Yes.
Foster,
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Kearns.
Yes.
The next would be our stone bids. And I'm not going to go into reading them all, but our apparent low bidder on it is with Cold Spring Supply for number 1 stone, which is for us older ones, that's actually number 4s as we used to know it, at $27.25 a ton. 57s at $27.50 and 2A at $25. We have a motion.
I'll make a motion. Cool Springs. I second it.
Roll call.
Wilczek,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Kearns,
Yes.
Myers,
Yes. Our corrugated pipe, we did not receive any bids on our corrugated pipe. And as such, I will make a motion that we get price quotes on that pipe so that we can have pipe to use. That is a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Roll call.
Foster,
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Kearns,
Yes.
Wilczek.
Yes.
Next is our diesel fuel, and our local company here in the township as it $3.9251. $3.9251, and that is on an escalator clause that hopefully is going to go down, but it could go up. We have a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept Augustine's as our fuel supplier.
Second.
I'll second it.
Roll call.
Moore,
Yes.
Kearns,
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Wilczek,
Yes.
Foster.
Our next is our anti-skid material. A&S Landscaping is at $29 a ton plus $50 for delivery.
Make a motion to accept A&S as our anti-skid deliverer.
Seconded. Roll call?
Buster?
Yes.
Myers?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Kearns?
Yes.
Wiltshire?
Yes.
Next item is for our mowing and trimming around our township, the building here, the cemetery, the park, and Junction. And those prices are for the township building. And these prices are per trip at our direction. Township building at $470 a trip. Cemetery, $390, Somerset Park, $320, and Junction Park at $480.
How many bids did you get?
One.
Do they need to get more?
Beg pardon?
The way it was put, obviously in the middle of a paving.
No, there were several bids picked up. That's the only one that was returned.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, that's the way it is today. I mean, basically, I think part of the problem is whoever does it has to have workman's comp. And that's where the drawback is, and we can't afford not to have it with
They
workman's
have to
comp.
put a 10% deposit down.
There's a 10% bid bond, yes.
Is highly unusual for mowing. Lawn mowing.
It's what we require.
You got one bid. That's my point.
Well, maybe that's because no one else is professional at it. Or maybe they are, they don't want it.
Do we have any
It's
motion?
buried in the middle of a paving project in the Observer.
Believe me, with this here, we're saving money. Yeah, you'd be saving. Seriously, I mean, it'd be different than us going out and mowing. But you have somebody else to come mow.
But when are they gonna do that?
Well, that's.
They're going out and work on the
They'll be
roads
out working.
instead of mowing grass.
Yeah, they're mowing grass.
I mean,
We have a motion.
That's their own equipment, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's their own deal.
I make a motion.
For all four. Have a second?
I'll second it.
Roll call.
Moore?
Yes.
Kearns?
Yes.
Myers?
Yes.
Wiltshire?
Yes.
Buster? Did you say who the bid was from?
Beg pardon?
Did you say who that bid was from?
Ground control.
Ground control. I just lost my sheet. Next is for dirt and gravel and low volume grant workshop on April 30th. And it's if we would like someone to go to that or two. I'd like to see Mike Lukich go to that and one supervisor.
I won't be around.
I'll go.
Is that a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Roll call?
Wiltshire?
Yes.
Buster?
Yes.
Myers?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Kearns?
Yes.
Next is to hire a part-time office assistant. We did hold interviews and we need a motion.
I'll make that motion.
For Sherry.
Yeah. I second it.
Roll call?
Wiltshire?
Yes.
Buster?
Yes.
Myers?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Kearns?
Yes.
Item D would be to set the salary. We did set part-time salary at 24, but our policy does call for a 90-day probation period. And so it's been suggested that we set that at 20 for 90 days and then increase if everything is satisfactory. So I need a motion.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Roll call.
Wiltrop?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Foster?
Yes.
Yes.
Next item is for a part-time labor, and we've had several applicants for it, and I believe we have the most qualified for that, and he comes with a lot of experience, would be with Christopher Fisher. I'll make that motion that we hire him as a part-time laborer.
Second.
Roll call.
Wiltrop?
Yes.
Foster?
Yes.
Myers?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Kern?
Abstain. I'll give you the paperwork. I abstained. I filled out the paperwork and handed it to Julie.
For him to abstain, it requires a notice with paperwork filed in the office that there is a conflict of interest, and he's done that and going to abstain from that vote. Next would be the hourly rate, and that would be the same by the policy as we did with the part-time office, and I need that motion.
I'll make that motion.
I second.
Isn't it?
Foster?
Not 24.
According to the policy that we passed in January. We're following it.
Foster?
Yes.
Myers?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Wiltrop?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes.
Next is the reports. The municipal consulting service for our building permits and zoning is on file. Animal control is on file. And finally, it'll be any non-agenda item for public comment.
I'll do it, or unless Kathy.
Yeah. I'll come back to you guys. I'd like to address the residents. This past Monday, March the 9th, was the last distribution for the 84 Community Food Pantry.
Kathy,
We were not
Kathy,
asked to
Kathy,
leave.
if you would turn somewhat sideways. I can't hear you.
We were not asked to leave. I want to make that perfectly clear. They did not ask us to leave. So I want to thank the residents, the taxpayers, for allowing us to do this community service for our community. And be proud that we've served over 500,000 pounds of food. This has not been easy doing this pantry. We have endured a lot of obstacles along the way. And some of you know some of the obstacles. I've spoken to meetings with different things that have come up. And, you know, it stems from planning a birthday party on Sunday night before distribution on Monday, and the birthday party doesn't end until 5. So we have to come in after 5 to set up for the pantry for Monday morning. And it goes all the way through to them accusing me of carrying a petition through the township to get 5 supervisors on. And that was a lie. I did not carry a petition throughout the township. It was my family that signed the petition. This escalated even into this Monday. When Monday we have done the pantry every 2 weeks, every second Monday of the month. Back in the morning, distribution 5 to 7. At 2 o'clock on Friday, Paul texted me and said, there's a meeting on Monday at 6 p.m. right in the middle, the heart of the distribution from 5 to 7. I knew this was coming. I knew it was coming. After the election, Bill Pollock was fired. Roger Ramey was fired. Greg Sprigg was fired. They were all replaced with family, friends, or neighbors. Then the rec board gets disbanded. And Joe Cole, who got voted out at the last election, but only by 13 votes, is being humiliated, cutting grass. I'm sure you've all seen it. cutting grass all the way from January through February, cutting the sides of the roads. He's being humiliated because they want him out. So I just knew the pantry's time was coming. The writing was on the wall. So in January, I actively started looking for another location. We wanted to grow the pantry. Any of you that knows about the pantry, it's always been a drive-up distribution. It's the perfect location for a drive-up distribution. But we have suffered blistering heat, torrential downpours, bitter cold, high winds. It's very difficult. So we wanted to find a new location with a walk-through distribution. It eliminates me having to get 300 to 600 boxes a month to be packed. It eliminates me needing 3 sets of volunteers, Friday night, Monday morning, Monday evening. It gives them a chance to see, do I like this food? Do I not like this food? If they don't like the food, they don't have to take it. And that saves ultimately funds that I can buy more foods the next month. I found a location. I was so excited. I found the perfect location. It was on the agenda to be approved, and one of their council members called one of our board members, and our board member said that there were a lot of issues with the pantry. This was no issues were ever discussed with me or Bob. No issues were ever brought up that there was with the pantry. So we were shocked to hear that there were issues. When I questioned them what the issues were, they couldn't disclose that. I think the adult thing to do would have been to come to me if you had pantry issues. Come to me. I can no longer endure the bullying or the disrespect from this township. I chose to close this pantry on my own. Everything is out of the room. I took it all out. Everything is out of this building. It's cleaned. I want you all to go look at it to make sure there's no damage. It's all clean, ready to go. The only thing I'm asking is, and we also on Monday night, we had an HVAC guy show up. He withdrew. He did what he had to do with the Freon, with the walk-in cooler. It's been disconnected from the electricity. It's not costing another penny. It's just sitting out there. And I'm asking you to please give me up to 90 days to get that cooler out of there. I am seeking another location, but at this point, I do not have a location. There will not be a pantry in April. I'm hoping to find a location. If anybody has any ideas, please let me know. But words matter, and kindness, like feeding the people, kindness saves lives. I got something to show you. This is the disrespect that I've gotten from this township. This is part of my equipment. I have insulated blankets that are used to cover up my cold products when we're outside. They used it as a paint drop cloth. That's the disrespect that this pantry has received. I thank you for housing us for as long as you have. Please let me have the time to get the cooler out. There's the keys.
Aren't you guys ashamed of yourself?
Kathy, there's one thing that I'll address. Yes, I sent you the email or text about the board meeting Monday night. The board meeting is a zoning board. We do not control the zoning board. They set their own meetings. I was trying to give you a courtesy to know that they have set a meeting. It's out of the supervisor's control. And I'm sorry.
You know, okay. But somebody knew, and this is not the first time this has happened. Julie knew that she was off on Monday because she gets the day off every pantry day. So she knew it was her day off. Did she forget that there was a meeting to let me know? I mean, at 2 o'clock on Friday, I can't cancel that truck. I can't cancel what's about to happen.
What I'm saying is it's an independent board which we can't control. They set their own meetings.
Okay, but when they call up and say, hey, this is when we're going to have it, wouldn't somebody have said? And I would like to know who's the supervisor that spoke to the council member.
Sabotage.
Yes, that sabotaged our move because they will not take us.
Between that and some disclosure with the spaghetti dinner and the missing funds, have sabotaged a perfect location for us. How does it happen? Talk about me. If you wanted rid of us, why would you even say anything that would prevent us from going somewhere? The church
You didn't hurt
questions
you
us
did
now.
not hurt us.
Bentley don't question us.
Bob retires in 35 days. You did not hurt us. You hurt the people that we were feeding. We're about to go into the summer, and we were going to grow. We were going to do the summer kid feeding program. We had so many plans on this move, and we were doing it on our own.
There's too many things happening behind your back.
Who wants to raise their hand that it was them?
No one's going to admit to it. The guy in Bentleyville wouldn't say it. You know, so again,
If you had a problem with us, you should have come to us. I mean, this is what we call bullying. And you know what? I'm over the bullying. I'm over the
and there
bullying.
will be, my wife and we will not be part of any rec board. We gave enough time and our own money to make these events happen along with everyone else. And I don't usually say anything. You know, I've had it. My wife don't deserve it. We put our hearts into the pantry and the rec board, all of our own money, and we even gave money back for those events that were in the budget. I'm done.
Would we have anybody else?
Bye.
I feel bad for you, Bob and Kathy. I know how hard you guys work,
You have-
and everybody else. I mean,
You're the only one that supported
Good
it. Joe did.
but I'm telling you, I've said this. It's been coming a long time. I don't know how you hung in there this long, honestly, because we know the bull BS that's been going on.
Not once.
And it's like it's.
The
I mean,
township
it's disgusting.
website ever
It's
acknowledged
disgusting. But I feel bad.
anything.
You never hear a peep out of him.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
That's why
but it's a shame. I mean, this is a shame that's happened. Yeah.
Jared,
Go ahead, Mike.
Jared has the floor.
I've got just a couple minutes. That's how it goes. That's why we talk and discuss, and we have these meetings. We voted on it, and that's how it goes. I didn't agree with it, but that's how it is. I just want to take a moment to thank all the past members and current members of the Recreation Board. I was never on it. I wanted to be on it, but it didn't work out. But thank you guys for everything you did. And past members, even members that ain't with us. Gina, Jim, you know what I mean? You know. Thank you guys. That was a really good thing. But it's over and done with. That's how it goes. That's politics. That being said, this one here, and I think Kathy is going to work out for her, because whoever started that lie, they should take it for face value, because nobody's coming out saying that you are going to land at a good place because you've got a good heart and everybody knows it, so you will land safe. I know you will. Somebody will pick up that. It's a complete turnkey. And I was here Monday, the first time I seen it, they have it like clockwork, how they do it. And they feed a lot of people. And everybody that comes is appreciated. It was a good thing. I wish some of you guys could have came and seen it. It was the first time I ever seen it. And I tell you what, it opened my eyes. The next thing, this is great. This is great. But, these kids are playing. Now this is going to go up in Junction, right?
That's correct.
And this ain't to scale, but if you look on this picture right here on that wood line, this is kind of like how Junction's set up, right? How there's the wood line right there. It's not scale, but it's kind of close, right? Now you guys know what happens up at Junction in that wood line, right? Because I complained about it, right? You guys all know. So we're going to spend $35,000 and put our community at risk, and you guys haven't done anything about that shooting up there. Nothing. So let's talk about it. We're all talking tonight. This is good. We're all talking. We're hashing it out. Do you guys want to talk about what we have plans for this? Or are we just going to put 35 grand up and let our kids deal with people shooting at them? And I know you all know about it. So what is our move to get the shooting taken care of? I propose that we followed what the state already does, the game commission. You're not allowed to shoot within 150 yards of the park. That wasn't good enough. What is better than that? The state game commission, you're not allowed to hunt up there, but you're allowed to shoot. I know it ain't the scale, but I want you people to come to Junction and look where they're gonna put this and look where they're up there shooting.
Jared, what about how they harassed you because your name was put up?
Well, that's why nobody wants to talk at these things, because what I went through, these clowns ain't here tonight. So let's talk about it. They ain't here, so let's talk about it as people from Somerset Township, because the people from Bentleyville and Ellsworth that were up there shooting, they ain't here tonight. So we're going to talk about as Somerset Township residents, you guys have anything to say? Because let me tell you what they did to me. They called DEP, they called sewage. DEP came down there 3 times. They want me to take sewage samples, water samples, everything. I've been through hell these past since I brought it up to you. You guys weren't even elected yet.
What about the day your uncle died? What did they do?
Hey, they're not here. Those clowns ain't here. They don't live in the township. You guys can take care of the people in the township. You gotta say anything? Or we're gonna put this nice park up, with people still shooting. Any of you's gonna say anything?
Jared, as I've told you before, that I'm working on it. I'm trying to get several ordinances together to combine. Hopefully, in the very near future, next month would be great.
So you are working on it?
I am definitely working.
Okay, because for the longest time, I was the voice up here standing at this podium with the only one talking about it.
And I have been.
I thank you for acknowledging it. Are you other 4? Do you understand how bad this is, what they're doing? It doesn't affect you if you don't live next to that park. It affects you if you're at that park using it. Semi-automatic guns. And this is what we want next to it? Is this what we want next to it? I don't know.
Play the tape.
Everybody's there. I'm a broken record up here. Can we move that
Any
park
other
to-
comments?
Can we move that park to,
Yes.
the Somerset Park?
Beg your
Instead
pardon?
of stopping people from shooting?
Well, I'm just compromising a little bit.
We have water and sewage in Junction Park. Why are we giving up for 5 or 10, 15 people? Why are we giving up what we think?
Let's come back to order. Mike, the
I'm
other.
sorry. I get emotional.
Yeah, we've been asking for over a year and a half for microphone PA system. Still nothing being done.
Yes,
People are hard
there
of
is.
hearing.
There is. We've had people come in and look at it, and I have not seen a quote yet come back, but yes, we're working on
Okay. And the second thing, in my opinion, I support the rec committee. They voice their opinion, like Dave said, you listen to the people. Evidently, you have your own voice, vote, and you made it. We see it.
Anyone else?
Can I have them up to 9 days to get that cooler out, please? But I don't think it's gonna take that long, but can I please have that? It's disconnected, it's not costing anything, it's just sitting there.
I don't see why not. It hasn't been in the way. So, I mean,
You want to make that a
We
motion?
need to do a
I'll make
motion
that
though.
motion for her. You know, how many days she needs. I mean, you know, she's been a godsend for this thing.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? Roll call.
Yes.
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 Thank you.
No other comments, and I move that the meeting be adjourned.
I have a comment.
All right.
Why are we mowing in January and February? Making the sides of the road.
Second.
Moore,
Yes.
Burns,
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Watson.
Yes.
What's this about? Oh, darn, I thought we were, yes.
Yeah.